One thing that was always constant for Kokwe and I was our nails. We would go all the way to Diaspora. Those days there was a place in the corner by the gutter called I forgot. Amoko. Yes, we go to Amoko's place. You sit at Amoko from morning to night just to get your nails done. I sold my home.
So there's no going back.
No.
Where?
That's why we say we have a lot to lose.
Having a business in Ghana is not easy, but would you change it for any other destination?
No.
Two powerful women have come together, moved, one from the US, one from Dubai, come together to say, you know what, we want to start a business in Ghana and we're going to do it together. We're not going to do it individually, no, we're going to come and work together and build right here in Ghana. And Nana and Kokwe have, decided to do Polished. I know you've heard the name, you've been here before, because there's two branches and you cannot miss it. The branding, to the customer experience, everything is on point. Just as how you would have it in Dubai or the US or the UK, it's right here. The service is A1. And so Nana and Kokwe, welcome to the show.
Thank you.
I'm so proud of you guys.
Thank you.
Honestly, what you have achieved, sometimes I know you hear it a lot that women can't work together. You can't do it. Or they'll try and destroy you together, bang, trying to bang your heads together. But you guys have kept on. It's been, 8 years? But you've known each other for more than 20 years?
Yes.
26 years. So tell us about the journey. Let's start with you, Nana. In the US. Actually, let's start in Ghana. The schools that you guys went to together. And then you both went your separate ways, but always kept in touch. Let's talk about that.
So I met this knucklehead, Kokwe, in high school. We were 15 at the time.
Wow.
We went to Infantsman Girls, Manside, go Manside. Hey. So, and she was actually in Engman House, which is further down from my house. I was in Butler House. Okay. I wore yellow, she wore blue.
Okay.
We sat in the same class. That was the only common denominator for us in terms of closeness, because she was on the other side, I'm on the other side, but we're always in class together. We went to the dining hall together, we ate together, we did everything together, went to chapel together, everything. And then after school, that's where people go separate ways, but she and I kept in touch. She lived in Teshi, I lived in Kanda, and we're just becoming teenagers, we're very adventurous, we explore, you're just out of high school, so you're becoming a woman, and then we kept our friendship. I eventually moved to England, then she went to Dubai to work with Emirates, and then from England I moved to America, where I actually feel like my real adult life, my journey started.
Okay. So how was it like living in the UK? Don't say anything bad about UK.
Well, I couldn't live there.
UK was hard for me.
Really?
Because I was so young, and it was the first time I traveled with no family.
By yourself?
Yes. Yeah, it was so hard.
Wow.
Because how you're 16, 17, your friends are partying. No,
right.
I was working. I was working in a laundrette, and I remember my salary was £3.95 at that time, because that was the minimum wage at that time.
I actually started at £2.50.
There you go.
Yeah.
And I worked in the laundrette from 3 p.m. to 11 p.m.
Oh my goodness.
Feeding pillows to the machine, because it was like a hotel,
right.
A laundrette for hotels and restaurants and things like that. It was hard.
Okay, so you started going into learning about business at an early age.
Yes.
So Nana, Kokwe, tell us about your journey from the school to Dubai.
We finished school. I did my university course here.
Okay.
And then I moved to Dubai. But before that, I worked with an oil and gas company for a little bit. And I couldn't deal with the corporate culture. So I decided to start selling hair, human hair. And just when I started off, Emirates came calling, and I packed my bags and I left. So I went to travel the world. I have my license in aviation security, customer service background. We kept in touch still. She'll come visit me, I'll go visit her in the US. So that is how come the journey started.
So you're like sisters.
There's no Nana without Kokwe, and there's no Kokwe without Nana. We are two different people, but somehow we are like
Yeah.
this. Yeah.
That's
Don't think
amazing.
you can fool us. No, it doesn't work.
It will work.
It will look like it. It will look like it's working, but
it won't work.
I love that.
Yeah.
And so when did the business idea come? Who did it come from? What happened?
So Kokwe and I, like I always tell people, we are girly girls. Like we do everything. Like we like fashion, we like beauty, we like nails.
We can tell.
Yeah. One thing that was always constant for Kokwe and I was our nails. We would go all the way to Adabraka. Those days there was a place in the corner by the gutter called
I forgot.
Amoko. Yes, we go to Amoko's place. You will sit at Amoko from morning to night just to get your nails done. But that was what made us happy.
Wow.
You know, like when we get our hair done, when we get our nails done, you feel brand new.
Yeah.
Like you have this audacity. Once those things are, you know.
Yes.
So Kokwe and I have always, even when we travel to other countries, we go to nail salon.
Wow.
Nails beauty has always been a part of us.
Wow.
I
Like
guess it's been
Kay,
a
she
connection
can
for
get
us,
on my
yeah.
nerves. Like I can tell her, come outside. No, it's too hot. It's hot. It's too hot to say.
She'll
"Oh,
be like,
the sun."
I didn't come
And
to
I'm
Ghana
like,
to stay in the room.
what do you
we
mean?
have to go.
So that is how much she cares about like her skin and all those things. Like she's like, it's too hot. I come, and I'm like, you mean come outside and collect something for your own self? No, you
can't do it.
So when I went to move to America, I did a couple jobs. I went to college, and then I started working with a home health company as a scheduler. That's how I started. I thoroughly enjoyed that job, but then I also wanted to work for the UN, and I heard that for you to work for the UN, you have to work for a non-profit organization for a year. So I applied to work for the Red Cross as an acquisition and planner. So my experience as a scheduler pushed me to the Red Cross.
Okay.
So I was doing that, but then I was unhappy. I got into a point in my life where I was unhappy. Nothing made me happy. I was actually sinking into depression.
Really?
You know, you live in America. I lived the American dream. I bought a house. Wow. My daughter was going to school, thriving. Wow. I was driving a nice car. My salary was good, but there was something missing. And I'll call her every day, and I'll rant and rant and rant. And then she was like, well, let's do something. So I was like, okay, I've been thinking about a lot of things. So I'll go down the list with her, and then some she'll say okay, some she'll say no. And then eventually I came to Ghana for Dirty December, you know. And I told my friend that, oh, I want to get my nails done. And then she was like, oh, I think it's the best place in Accra. So this is me, excited. I'm looking forward to it. We get there, and then she said, yeah, tell them anything you want. I said, do you do gel polish? They were like, no, gel polish, no. And that's when the light bulb went off.
Okay.
So again, like I always report to her,
Yeah.
she was, you know. So we chit chat every day, like we're constantly talking, no matter where she is. If she's going on a flight, she let me know. She lands, I know what time. So even though I wasn't with her, I knew her routine, and she knew mine. So I told her that, look, Ghana, there's a gap, we can fix it, we can do it. She was like, well, she didn't have any plans at the time of coming to Ghana to, you know, because it takes a lot.
Yeah.
But I was like, we're gonna do it.
Wow.
So if I'm going, you're coming.
She's like, you're coming.
Yeah, and that is how we started.
Wow.
Yes, that's how we started.
So once she came up with like, let's do nails, what was your reaction?
For me,
And how do you think, if you were to relive it again, would you still do the same reaction?
Absolutely.
Absolutely. Okay.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
I'll do it 1,000 times again. Basically, when she came up with the idea, I was like, I always wanted to move back home anyway. I knew I won't live there forever. I will one day come home. I wanted to do something, but what? I didn't have an idea. Yes, I started off selling human hair.
Yeah, so you're already kind of in the beauty kind of industry.
Exactly. So I was like, okay, let's do it. So we start at melting moments with our papers and our pen, and we wrote stuff.
We wrote all kinds of names.
Oh, yeah.
What's some of the names? What's some of the names?
Cuticles.
Fusion.
I remember that one.
Fusion, cuticles, like all kinds of rubbish things. Like, you know, we were so ambitious.
Right.
You know, the fire was there,
Yeah.
but at the same time there was that fear, because I had a little child at the time, and I'm like, who am I going to leave? Yes, who am I going to leave my child? But there was something that kept even through the fear, it kept pushing me like, no, you can do it, you can do it, you can do it. And every step of the way, there were hurdles, but you know, we crossed them and then we aligned it with the vision that we wanted. And I always tell people, polish is what it is because we have a lot to lose. We have a lot to lose.
We cannot afford to fail.
We cannot afford to fail. Not ourselves, not our family, not our workers. Even not our customers.
A lot is depending on it.
So we have to do it and do it well. We have to stay consistent. We have to operate with integrity. It's more than just polishing your nails and doing design and walking away.
Yeah.
No.
I would say that, you know, the first time I walked into polished, it's like, I don't know, there's a certain feeling that you get. It's relaxing. And you get a good service.
Thank you.
You know. I've noticed that you do have, you know, other cultures in here. What made you do that?
Okay, you wanna?
We believe in inclusivity, one, and everybody needs to be given a fair chance. Man, woman, wherever you're from, equal opportunity for everyone, basically. So that is how come when you walk in here, you find everyone. Basically everyone, and also everyone comes in here, so why can't we have exactly?
We want you to come in and feel like you're a part of us. If you're a foreigner, you're vacationing in Ghana and you walk into Polish, we want you to know that even though it's owned by Ghanaians, we are not all Ghanaians. So you fit in.
Yeah.
Welcoming.
It's true.
Safe.
It's true.
You
it's
know.
True.
But there's one thing about human beings. We all have we might be from different parts of the world, everywhere, but there's something that unites us. And we need to, and I think that's what we harness to make Polish what it is today.
That's amazing. Tell us about your first store.
Yes.
Yes.
The pink store.
Pink store.
Yeah, so we wanted to go really, really small. And you know, with everything, you start small and then you work your way up. You learn, you make your mistakes, then whilst you grow, you know what to do and what not to do. We wanted it to be very trendy at the time. Something that you cannot miss. You always remember the chairs. And then the service, like we want you to come in and have a whole experience. You feel like, oh, I'm coming to get my nails done. But no, you're actually coming in for a whole experience from when you walk in and you encounter the receptionist to when you leave.
Actually, so that experience, you know, it starts from booking.
Yes.
Till farewell.
Okay.
And then we also ask for feedback.
Yes.
So that is how
we love feedback.
Yes, that's how
most of our customers who know us very well and support the brand through and through know that when it comes to feedback,
we'll take it. As hard as it is, as difficult as it is, we'll take it.
You know, there's sometimes you go into a store, and this is like a pet hate. You go into a store, you know, the order is wrong, and they're like, sorry. There's no like, okay, there's no like, okay, it was our fault, have it for free, you know, or, you know, have it for free, we'll order you what you actually wanted. I remember I went to Nando's in the UK, they delivered it, it was a wrong order. And they said, you know what do you want? I ordered, I added even more. And they were like, you can have it. Because, and that's customer service, you know, because I feel like a lot of the times in Ghana, they don't understand customer service. That will make you come back. So are you open to those things?
That's what we do.
Okay.
If I show you some of our messages, customers that are not happy one way or the other, you can always see in there, come back and get the service at no cost to you because of the inconvenience. I believe in having good customer service, maintaining your customer over the money. It's not about the money.
It's not about the money.
We love what we do. We love what we do. It's not about the money at all for us.
Yeah, I think there's, you know, we need to do better when it comes to customer service. And I think because you have good customer service, that's why you're retaining your clients that keep coming back. I'm one of them.
Thank you.
It just shows that if you are doing good customer service, you are not only, you don't even have to promote, because they will promote you.
Word of mouth.
Do you understand? Sometimes word of mouth is stronger than social media posting, because they will bring their friends, their aunties, their uncles to the store. So I think we need to, I don't know what we need to do, but we need to do better when it comes to that.
I think people need to invest in training is important. There's so many customer service techniques out there, and if you own a business, it's your duty to make sure that people are happy. One bad customer or one lost customer, you've lost 10 more or 20 more.
Yeah, and then good customer service, it's your customers trust you. It breeds trust, loyalty. So once that is lost, you are just also going to lose business, you know. But if they trust you to the core, the moment they leave, they tell the next person. The word of mouth is spreads like wildfire, you know. So you always want to align yourself, be open-minded to your customers, make sure that they always leave happy so that it can turn into repeat customers.
And issues do come up.
We are not perfect.
Of course. It's how you deal
Yeah.
with it.
Yeah.
How do you deal with it? You know, you can try and reinstate you cannot take the person back to the way they were feeling.
That's
But
right.
you can try.
Yeah.
Most people
And
don't
I think
even try at all.
That's the important key part, is the trying.
Yes.
To make it better, or
Yes.
trying to make the customer
Yes.
feel
Yes.
better.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
I ordered bordie in contemporary. I got yam in contemporary.
Yes, yeah.
And I was like, I ordered bordie, and they were like, I'm sorry. Like, what do you mean you're sorry? Like, tell me you're going to give me my bordie.
And I said, the way or tomorrow I will
I'm
bring
sorry
you
today
something.
we don't have it.
Yeah.
However, we have XYZ available.
You know? But well done on your customer service.
Thank you.
Well done on your customer service.
It's tough. It's one of the main challenges for any business. But once you stay consistent with the training and make sure your workers align with your vision. Once they understand, everything falls in place. So then you just tweak the little parts and you're okay.
Right. So that means you invest heavily in training.
Oh, yes. We just finished our customer service training about
Tuesday.
Yours was Tuesday. Here was about 3 weeks ago.
Really?
Yes. They had it every Friday here and every Thursday in East Legon, every week for a month.
Wow.
Yes, and it's not cheap.
Yeah,
but that is why you're
yeah.
running a business.
Yeah.
You know.
It has
So
to be
here my
part of
workers
your
do
cost.
understand that we have an in-house rule. The customer is always right.
Yeah.
Obey before complain. Do it for them, then let's talk about it.
Yeah.
Yes, they hurt your feelings. Sorry, I will deal with that part.
Yeah.
But so that they can go and bring their mothers, their aunties, their grandmothers, and their great-grandmothers
to pay you.
That's right.
At the end of the day,
you will do the right thing, and then we'll sort it out.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah. So we opened store number 1, and then store number 2 came, right? So still in Labone.
Yes.
So you went straight to the top end, and that's like an expensive
Location is important. Yeah.
So again, negotiating in terms of rent. And you know, in Ghana, you have to pay like 5 years in advance or 10. The investment is huge.
Yes.
How were you able to come and do it?
First of all, I think it's the grace of God. The favor of God has always been with us through and through. And we've had really good landlords. They see the vision, and for some reason, they just align. You know, so even if they are asking for 5 years in advance, we're able to talk our way through to like maybe 10 years, but on an annual payment. So then it works. If not, you know how it is. Ghana is not easy, so you can't. You can't.
You can afford 5 years to rent in advance.
In dollars.
I know, in dollars. Yeah.
With the fluctuations.
Yes.
And easy.
Yes. It's not easy. It's not easy.
But then, at what point did you say, okay, we have to open store number 2? When did that happen? When was that like, okay, now we're getting too full, we're overbooked here, we need to open another store? And why East Legon?
So we had, taken over Labone, taken over the whole beauty industry pretty much. East Legon was booming at that time. People were building houses, people were moving. I wasn't so familiar with East Legon, but with everything we pray. So through prayer, we felt comfortable. And we said, okay, let's go test the waters. So we will use the same blueprints from when we first started in Labone, which is small. And see. Because East Legon is totally different. It's in Accra, but it's a whole country on its own.
Yes,
I love that.
Yes, East Legon is a whole country on its own. The people there are different. You have all classes of people there. And they want what they want, and they are very, So we started very small to test, and it worked.
Wow.
It worked.
And you were like, let's do it.
That's it.
Wow.
That's it.
And then in terms of retaining staff, let's talk
That's
about
a whole
that.
story. Yeah.
How are you able to do it? Because you are investing in the staff in terms of teaching them new techniques,
Yes.
the customer service.
That's right.
And even, I'm sure you're dealing with theft at some point, like some of
yeah.
your nails disappearing and all of that. How are you able to retain your staff?
So
Basically, again, training. So we train you, and then you're like, okay, I'm learning something here, so I can stay. Some stay, some don't, due to the fact that competitors poach them as well.
Okay.
So you've done the training,
Then they
and
come
your
and poach.
competitor is like, oh,
Then they come and take
they're
them
from
from
Polish,
Polish,
I
so
can
yeah.
take them.
Yep.
And then they do take them.
But see, there's one thing that also sets us apart with our competitors and then the whole staff retention. We don't just hire them. They are like family to us. The values we instill in them, we're family. So when they leave, they always want to come back because they don't get that family thing, you know, wherever they go. And it's always like, I left home. I won't come back home. But sometimes it's too late for us. We don't want you back.
Yeah.
You know.
So have you had that situation?
Oh,
Yes,
multiple
a couple of
times.
times.
Countless times.
Oh my
We
God.
don't
When they
take them
regret
back.
it.
Yes,
Because it's
yes,
the way
yes,
you
yes.
do things as
Yes,
well.
yes. But by the grace of God, we've been in business for 8 years. Currently, with both branches, all our workers have been with us 4 years or more.
Oh, wow.
And this is Ghana.
Wow.
You can't
You
have a worker live with you for 1 month.
I'm
They're
telling
leaving.
you.
They don't care about you. They're gone.
And sometimes they don't even tell you when they're leaving.
Yeah.
They just up and leave.
Yeah.
So you have to figure it out.
And you know,
quickly.
sometimes I feel like we are our own nemesis because our competitors come in most times to poach these workers. And they have no shame. We work hard and then you come and take them because they make unrealistic promises to them.
And then
because
when
that
they
is the
go,
only way.
yeah.
Then they go and then they find out the hard way and then they're looking for us again. So
you've never taken no one
no.
back?
No.
That's the rule. That's the policy.
Yes.
Now,
When okay, we used to, but now no.
Okay.
And then one thing that
So did you learn a lesson from that? What happened when you took them back?
Same
the
behaviors,
trust
same
was
is
gone
broken,
on both
yeah.
sides,
Okay.
you know.
Okay.
So and then we were afraid they'll corrupt the other workers, you know.
and that's what happens most of the time. When there's one, they try to corrupt. Sometimes someone might be in and corrupting the others to
Yes.
leave, but they don't leave. They
They
are still
stay.
in there.
My goodness.
So yeah.
Yeah.
So having a business in Ghana is not easy, but would you change it for any other destination?
No.
So despite the challenges,
Yes.
We'll still
despite
do it.
you're still
We'll do it
do
a
it.
million times over.
Yeah.
really.
'Cause we keep getting better at it. And then the mega challenges
We're
keep
learning.
coming. And we are also
So, yeah.
meeting them with our mega strength. So
Wow. Because a lot of diasporans are like, I can't go through what you're going
yes.
through. Like
we hear
if
that all
staff
the
are gonna,
time.
yeah. I don't know how you do it.
Yeah. If I'm talking to my American friends, they're like, "Oh, Nana, how you doing there?" And I'm like, "I'm doing it."
Yeah. So do you encourage the diaspora to come back and stay?
Yes.
But
If you
baby
have
steps.
Okay.
if you have a vision, I always say, go for it. What's the worst that can happen?
Yeah.
What's the worst that can happen? Go
You
for
lose
it.
money and you go
But
back.
just prepare your mind that it's not easy,
Right.
but you will overcome by not quitting. If you quit, then
Don't quit.
don't quit.
And what did your friends say when you said you're coming to open a nail
Oh,
salon?
some still think I'm crazy.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
they didn't understand. Like I remember
Yeah.
vividly in my office, I was telling this girl like, "Hey, I'm moving to Africa, Ghana, where I'm from. I'm gonna do da 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 da." She said, "Girl, you crazy." I was like, "What do you mean?" It's like, "Why? You got a home here. You got your daughter.
Why?
Life is
Yeah.
good.
Yeah.
You're living the American dream. Why do you want to leave all this behind?"
Wow.
So yeah.
But you had to sell stuff to come,
Yes.
right?
Oh, yes,
You-
yes,
because
yes.
what you've done
Self-property.
is a huge investment. Tell
Yes.
us about the sacrifices that you had to go through.
So because we had lived away, we didn't know what the banking system was like in terms of finance or funding or whatever. But we knew that if we went that route, then our dreams would probably die.
It would die. Yeah.
So I sold my home, and then I used the proceeds to invest in polish,
My
cocoa.
savings, everything.
Wow.
Put it in. Yeah.
So there's no going back.
No.
Where?
That's why we say we have a lot to
Where?
lose. We have a lot to lose. If
Yeah.
yeah. We've made a lot of sacrifices that people know nothing about.
Right.
You know, we lived a very
And some of
tight
the-
life
yeah.
for a minute, just so that our dreams could come alive. You know, so that we can solve certain issues in the beauty industry. And here we are, 8 years down the line, almost 9. You know, so it wasn't built over a day. So when people think that, oh, I can do this, and no.
Sometimes you have to pinch the money. You shouldn't. People do business in Ghana. They put the money in their handbag and then they're walking around spending the money. No, that's not how you do it.
Yeah, it's true. I think, you know, you've taken a lot of risk.
Yes.
But it's a risk that I would say that when you're moving back to Ghana, it's fulfilling.
Yes.
And it's fulfilling because one, you know that you're creating jobs, you're making an impact, and you're making your customers happy.
Yes.
Right?
It's not just us.
Yeah, it's not just about
it's
not just
than
about
that.
you know the 2 people that are behind it, but the impact that you're doing for the community.
Yes.
Right? And you've set the bar so high.
Yep.
So high. We've got iPads. Can you see the iPads? Like iPads, you know, how where you can put this curtain around. This is the VIP place. You can watch Netflix.
And chill.
And chill. Top level. So this is like stuff that you see in the US, in Dubai, in the UK, like high standard, and you wanted to bring it here.
To the motherland.
So that they can see that things are good here too.
Yes,
In Korea, you see
you know,
things like
gone are the days where people will say, oh, Africa, you live on trees and all of that. So for us, we're very proud to show the world that those days are over. Those are not the days.
We never lived on trees.
Yeah,
We never did.
You know, those days are over, and that what you see in LA, what you see in Florida, you can see better in Ghana. So we brought it, and it's here. You know, you read magazines, you watch the GQ magazines, the Essence magazines, and you see all these nice things, and you're like, it's only in abroad. No, now it's here. It's in the motherland, and we're proud to say that we did something. We contributed to a modern Africa.
Yeah, I love that. I love that. You see, we live in a world where the male dominates, especially on the continent. And so having 2 powerful women, how has the journey been in terms of things that you may hear? People might not believe that it's women behind it, that you're being funded by men, that it's not your own money, etc. What is it that you go through as women in business?
Well, I think that the saying that men can do it better than women is a stereotype that no longer applies. If we tell you that we built this by ourselves with our contractor, would you believe it? There's no architect, nothing. We did this all by ourselves. And when you're driving past and you see the giant Catholic windows, you think, oh, which man did this? But it's women. We did it. And you know, people say that, oh, it's probably funded by a sugar daddy or a boyfriend, or, you know, she's a trust fund baby.
That's
None of that.
okay.
None of that. None of that.
Hard work.
Hard work. Single mother.
Yeah.
It's hard
Single
work.
woman.
Hard work.
Yeah.
You guys are killing it.
That is it. And that is the secret that people refuse to understand and believe, because it doesn't sound right to their ears. It's better for them to spread the negative narrative rather than hearing the truth.
And the truth is, it's been pure hard work.
Pure hard work.
Hard work.
We love.
And we started working when we were young.
Yes, yes. Look at how I worked in a laundrette. Yes. At 16, 17, when my teenagers, you're supposed to now get to know yourself, have fun with your friend. No, I was working in a laundrette.
I still have a mark for washing plates in
there
the
you
UK.
go. There you go. But nobody knows that part.
It's true. They see the glitz, the glam,
That's it.
and you know they make their own judgment.
That's it.
But have you ever gotten people come to the shop and say, who's this for? Is it for foreigners? Is it for Lebanese?
Always.
Is it for
Always.
And how does it make you feel?
Well, I actually feel good.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
feel
true.
good. because I'm happy that, you know, I'm doing something.
Yeah, but why
I'm
can't we
impacting.
do this as, you know, Africans? Why can't we do it?
Well, sometimes I don't blame them. They just want to know where they're spending their money.
Okay.
You know, because one lady, I got into a conversation with her and she said, you know, the reason why I asked that, I'm not trying to be whatever, but I just want to make sure I'm giving my money
to the right people.
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, you have set an example.
Thank you.
And you've set an example in two different folds. One, the fact that you're women working together, and I mentioned that in the beginning.
Yeah.
Because sometimes, you know, money can break people up.
Oh, yeah.
And trust.
Yes.
And so it seems that you've got trust for each other, respect for each other. You both know each other's strength.
Yes.
And so that's how you'll be able to, and I'm sure even if there are times where you have arguments, you talk about it, right?
Yeah.
And that's, I think.
Oh, and we do fight.
Yeah,
That's what I'm saying. There will be times where you fight, but it's about communication.
That's right.
Right? And respect for each other.
Yes, respect for each
And
other.
love.
Yeah.
Because then again, you need to love each other to overlook a lot of things.
Yes.
Yeah. And then you mentioned that, so you guys built this and you decorate.
Yes, yes.
I asked Coco, I was like, who did it? Who was the interior designer? She's like, interior designer. Girl sitting right there. Did everything.
Yeah, everything.
Wow.
Every damn thing.
The
color, every damn thing. Yeah. And then our
the
contractor
logo as
Ben
well.
also
Ben was really
with
helpful.
us. So
Very,
yeah,
he did
yeah.
well. Yeah.
And then why the Catholic windows?
Oh, and Prince.
Princess.
And Prince.
And you know, in terms of the branding, because honestly, you can't miss the polish.
No.
Salon. You just can't.
Yes.
Why the giant Catholic?
Well, we've gotten to the point of.
I know you're very spiritual, both of you.
Yes.
Yeah.
We've gotten to the point of our business, our journey, where it's more about boldness, audacity. It's like we're here.
We're manifesting.
And we're not
whatever
going
we
anywhere.
want, yeah.
And you're going to keep getting the best of the best, regardless of how many nail salons come up, how many beauty salons spring up. We're here.
We're here.
We're still
here to
keeping
stay.
to
Yes.
authenticity.
So we make a
Why we
statement
started,
with our work, statement with our workers, statement with the building.
Wow.
So come in as you are, walk away uplifted, inspired by everything you touch and see are polished.
I love it. And then tell us about the different services that's here.
Okay. So we do the manicures, the pedicures, the eyelashes, waxing, facial.
Eyebrows.
So everything beauty, everything beauty here. The only thing is that we don't do hair, but we do have our hair shop down the streets from the old parlor.
You're still there.
Yeah, we're still there.
We didn't leave. We just expanded it upwards.
I love that.
Yeah.
So really, you have like 3 businesses.
That's right. That's right. We're doing it.
You're doing it. So what would you say to other women out there who, you know, are also like best friends and they're thinking, should we not? What would you tell them?
Do it.
But
also
do it afraid.
Do it afraid, exactly. And also take into consideration why you're doing it. It's not just about the two of you. And also, I lost my train of thought.
The most important thing is differentiate the business and the friendship.
Yes.
Because if you are not able to differentiate, you always clash.
heads,
and that's when it goes downhill.
Okay.
Yes.
So when you're doing business, you're doing business.
When we're doing business, when I switch my tone of voice, she knows she needs to align.
Yeah.
Just like when she switched her tone of voice, I know that I need to align. That's it.
In terms of footfalls that are coming in, roughly how many people are you getting in, I would say, in a week?
Oh my. A lot.
A lot?
Yeah, a lot.
Wow.
Because sometimes we look at the register, and even the register.
The register actually tallies it for us.
Yeah. So it's more than, in a month, more than 1,000?
Yeah. More. Yeah.
Wow.
More.
That is amazing.
Yes.
Charlie. Give me 5. Oh my goodness. I'm sure you've seen on social media, you know, a lot of young girls who, you know, are probably watching and think that this can be done overnight. How are you guys mentoring young women to let them know that how you started was small before you got to where you are? Do you have mentorship programs that you're running?
Yes, currently, most of our workers some come in to look for jobs as cleaners. and we hire them, but then we look for potentials. We see where their weaknesses and strengths are, and then if we can push them through, we push them through. So we offer training. So I'll say maybe 30% of our current staff in both branches came in as cleaners, and now they are working away as pedicurists and nail techs.
Wow.
Yes. They are able to feed their family,
that's
afford
amazing.
a better life, because they came as cleaners, because that's what they think they deserve. But we see more than that. So we upgrade them to that. And then we change their mindset about how they should feel about themselves.
How they look at themselves.
That is it. And the environment.
Because some of them think that they're just cleaners or they're just pedicurists.
Right.
But you do more than that.
Right. Okay, so I have a few questions that I need you to answer.
Sure.
Short and sweet ones. Okay. 10 years from now, what would you want people to say when they hear the name Polished?
10 years from now, we will. Okay, go ahead.
There were two amazing women that came together to set up this business, and they might no longer be at the helm of affairs. People have taken over doing the work. They're still probably chairmen of the company, opened other branches in South Africa, and is still standing.
Wow.
Yeah.
I also want people to know 10 years from now as to see Polish as the beauty space that revolutionized the whole beauty culture
industry.
and everything in Africa.
Wow. I love that. If you had 30 seconds to speak directly to your younger selves before taking the flight to Ghana, what would you have said?
It's scary, but do it anyway.
Still do it afraid.
Take the risk.
Yeah.
Take the risk.
Okay.
Take the risk.
One word to describe your journey so far.
Turbulence.
I'll say audacity.
Yeah. Okay.
There's beauty in
because
turbulence.
the boldness in doing what we did, fierce, unapologetic. Yeah.
Audacity.
Against all
odds.
odds. Yeah, the word is audacity.
Yeah.
Like it's like we're doing it.
You're doing it.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
What would you say has been the lowest moment since moving back, and what has kept you going?
The economy hasn't been great. It's not stable.
Right.
The fluctuation because
in the dollar.
There's our supply chain, everything, supply chain management, COVID.
Yeah.
It's just been up and down.
It's a roller
so
coaster.
anything that's a roller coaster, your emotions are toiled. So
You wake up one day and then the dollar is 16. You wake up one day, you've changed your money and now they said it's 15. And then you wake up again and it's 16.
Yeah.
So
Okay. On the flip side, what has been the most fulfilling or successful moment so far for Polished?
impacting lives.
Okay.
We've impacted so
Creating
many
jobs,
lives. Creating jobs, creating joy too, because people are happy when they come in. That's what we want to see. They find solace when they come to Polish. Another reason why we created this privacy, to add that extra. So you're in your own world. Nobody bothers you. You do what you got to do. You're happy. You go home and live your best life.
And you can have your hen night here as well.
Okay, so you do hen nights,
birthday parties, man cave, whatever.
Wow.
Yeah.
That is incredible.
Yeah.
Okay, what was the biggest culture shock you encountered after settling in Ghana?
Oh, a lot.
How long it takes to do stuff.
Timing.
Just,
Ghanaians are not punctual. They have absolutely no respect for your time. They just show up and they come up with so many myopic attitudes,
and excuses.
It's like you need it, I don't. But at the end of the day, you're paying them to do stuff for you.
Sometimes it feels like they're doing you a favor.
That's right. That's right. That's the key word. They're doing you a favor.
Meanwhile, this washes that one.
But
that one, but no.
Yeah.
Okay.
And they're also very inconsistent.
Okay.
What
have you learned to unlearn about doing business in Ghana versus the US?
Patience.
Okay.
Patience in Ghana because the systems don't actually work. Versus abroad where there are systems in place. Somebody say you fuck around, you find out. Excuse me. Are we allowed to say that?
But it's true.
Yeah. So you follow the process. Yeah. But here the systems will fail you.
They don't work.
So I always say that though Ghana has its own system.
Yeah.
literally its own system, and you find that you
pay.
need to
You pay to get things done, and some of the things you don't need to pay.
Yeah.
But Ghana, you have to pay.
You have
for
to pay for it.
everything. Yeah.
Ladies, I can't thank you enough. This
Thank you.
interview has been amazing.
Thank you.
Thank you for all the work that you're doing.
Thank you.
May God bless your hands.
Amen.
And increase your territory.
Amen.
I pray that, you know, in the next, I don't know, few years, we have another branch opening.
Yay. Who
Maybe
knows?
in Kumasi.
People, they'll be chasing us.
I'm sure. And so, for us, we are going to be sending people your way. Hey, if you're coming,
thank you.
and even if you don't need your nails done, you need to go to polish. Okay. So it's either they're going to be giving you a glass of tea or champagne, whatever it is, whatever's your fancy, they will do it for you.
I guess it's too early to have champagne, right?
It's never too late to have champagne, darling.
It's never too late to have champagne.
It's 5 o'clock somewhere.
Should we pop champagne? Or praise champagne? Cheers! Cheers!
To polish.
To polish. Let's talk about this VIP space.
Sure.
Yeah. What happens when you arrive here?
So when you come here, we actually highly recommend that you book the VIP space.
Okay.
Because we want to make it as exclusive and luxurious as possible. Calm, you know, create a good ambience for you. So you draw your curtains, you relax. You have your mini iPad here where you have Netflix. Anything you want to watch on Netflix, we have the account already. So you just pick what you want to watch.
Wow.
Yes. And then we provide the headsets. But if you
have your own
headset, it's fine also. And then once you're done here, you can sit in the chairs and just relax.
Yeah.
You're not,
And then
you're not in a hurry to go
your
to
hen
leave.
night, your bachelor's night, event here, man cave. You can have your whiskey. We have everything.
Yes, anything that you want.
You know,
I love that. And that's your own washroom.
Yes,
the washroom.
Okay. Exclusive
for the
VIP
space.
section.
I love it. Okay, so let's go out. Let's see what else. I love the chandelier.
Thank you. So this is a waiting area.
Okay.
So if you're waiting upstairs to get your lashes done or facials or to even go to the VIP room, this is a little cute place to chill out and relax.
And then it says,
the polished effect is an act of self-love. You deserve this pampering in all the best ways. Yes.
And then we have the lash area.
So this is where we
you
do
get all the lashes.
Yes.
And then eyebrow, you can do the
eyebrows, eyebrow blading, micro shading, everything.
And then here?
Here we do the waxing.
The waxing.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then this is the account's office. This is my office.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
This is where the pedicure station.
This is where the magic happens.
I love it.
To the feet here.
Yeah.
And then, here it's just a waiting area, like a
bar.
bar.
But you know, we actually have a DJ sometimes in the booth.
Yes.
I love it.
Okay.
It's amazing.
Yes. So the nail station extends all the way to the back.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so all the way to the back there. Yeah.
See, I'm always in an East Legon one, so
you should come try.
This is your debut.
I need to come. I need to come to. Amazing. Fantastic. And I love all this as well.
Yes.
And then here?
Bathrooms.
Bathrooms. I love, and a little mirror. Ooh.
Yes, girl.